Hey there, this is Gail the Legacy Lady, and this video is about grief. So this is your trigger warning, content warning. If this is something that you don't want to watch or you don't want to listen to, please click off this video and go find something else on this channel, or I don't know, go do something else, take a walk. So today for me is and I'm gonna make this video not evergreen, no big deal. So March 7th is when my father passed away in 2006. It was quite a while ago. We're at 16 years to the day, and I wanted to record this video partially because it's been kind of a weird day. This year has been a lot different for me leading up to the anniversaries of his death than previous years have been, and I just wanted to document that. So this is kind of a personal video, pretty selfish, but I also wanted to share why grief doesn't have to be bad, and why it doesn't have to go away. So, because realistically it doesn't, it just changes, and the way it takes up space in our brains, at least for me, my experience has been it's just shifted over the years, and as I'm able to process more, think more, and reflect and really see what things were, where things are, and where I want to go, that helps me understand my grief better and how it affects my physical body, how I feel leading up to the anniversary of his death. There's always an extra sadness. This year, not so much as previous years, but I've also made peace with a lot of things over the past few years. So that's been different from when, say, I was in my 20s, where it really was a large component of my mental health, my physical health, and really impacted every part of my life. And it's not that the grief of him dying doesn't impact everything, it's the impact is different. And something that happened this morning was I was standing with my youngest human waiting for the bus this morning, and it's a particularly miserable day out today, and every time it rains, I tell the kids that it looks like Ireland, or that I always think of I'm getting kisses from my dad. And I feel that way every time it rains, which is super fun. And this morning, my daughter didn't even know what day it was. Like, she didn't know what day it was. I didn't say anything, but we're standing out there together, and she looks up at me and she goes, "Mom, does it look like Ireland today?" And I said, "Yeah, it sure does." And I got to have that whole internal process with myself of just enjoying being with her in that moment, and enjoying the fact that that my grief has led me to share how I view the rest of the world in that way. So I think it's been a really neat, and I'm a painfully optimistic person. I'm always glass half full, most of the time. So I think that when people are ready, and when it feels okay, and everyone's journey is different, everyone's grief journey is different, we all experience it differently, it's all on different timelines. I think a lot of the timelines and how we experience things are impacted by how the person died. Did we know it was coming? Was it sudden? Were you able to say goodbye? Were you not able to say goodbye? Were you there? All these different things impact how we process them, or impact our inability to process them. For me, it was an inability for a really long time to process any of it. And where I am currently with it, there's still stuff I'm mad about. And there's literally nothing I can do to change any of it. But it does. All of those experiences impact how I interact with people every single day. They essentially created legacy. That's the reason you're even here watching this video, is that I experienced death and loss early on, and this was my way of processing it, hence this video. Here we are processing together. So I choose to embrace things now. I spent a decade ignoring them. So if that's where you are, all the hugs, don't go on ignoring. Sorry, I just had kids come in. So I'm going to close this video out before I ramble for too long. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch me process live, or almost live. and really think about where you are in the process. Think about your timelines, think about the different things I mentioned, and see if maybe that is impacting how you're able or unable to talk about, process, and do things. If this is something that isn't applicable to you yet, I'm so happy for you. You probably have someone in your life who is experiencing something like this right now. If it were me, I like talking about my dad. I like when people ask me questions. Most of the time I can talk about him without crying anymore, but not always. And just know that it's part of the process. It's just what happens when we talk about people we love. So with that, I hope you have an incredible, wonderful day. I have no idea what the next video is going to be about, but dig around on the channel, and I hope to see you soon.